All right, guys. The moment we've all been waiting for. I think I said that on a lot of videos, and that's okay because they're mine. Anyway, this is Jake Doolittle made a response. We already know that, and then Ethan responded to the response, dude. I can't wait. I'm excited. Something to talk about. Also, I was looking at Brittany Simon's video. She talked about this too. I didn't even know Ethan made a response until I saw her thing. And apparently, there's like 10 minutes of this video here. This is from 2 years ago, where Jake has a conversation with the Mr. Friendship podcast. Incredible stuff. And he talks about his doctor, and apparently his doctor had gotten his license revoked or suspended or something. So it's interesting. I'm interested in that. So we're going to do a little bit of both. Let's start.
These are beautiful.
Yes, keep them coming.
Okay,
right.
Something's beautiful.
Let's watch. So here's Jake Doolittle.
And for what I saw in the apology, I didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was decent. It was pretty in line with what I said he should say. Obviously, you saw what I said about it. No, I'm just kidding. But, excuse me. Really, it's more of like an action thing. I mean, it sounded decently sincere, but then, he tried to kind of go after the D'Amelio family a while back, and we watched, that was a video I made as well called Jake Doolittle's Original Sin. Great title, by the way. Excellent stuff. So, I guess time will tell. We'll see how it moves forward, but let's see what Ethan has to say about it. Because I don't think he made an explicit apology to Ethan, by the way. But
he made a video about me, accusing me of faking having lupus for...
More like lupus.
To make money.
You make tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I don't remember if he ever apologized for that part.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Well, he said, I faked it for money and sympathy.
Oh, dang.
I just want you to know right now, Ethan, I have never felt bad for you.
I was gonna.
Me neither. I mean, like, how bad could lupus even be? You know what I mean? Like, if Ethan got lupus, I wouldn't care. I'm just kidding. That's terrible. Well, I wouldn't, because I don't really care about Ethan as a personally. This I would do. Listen, most of us would be like, shucks. It would suck. But he's got a supportive family structure, and he's rich, so he's very privileged, according to Jake as well, which is true. So if anybody should get it, think about it. Ethan should, because he has the financial means to handle it. What if we made a moral kind of caveat, I don't know if that's the right word, and said like, hey, anybody can be rich, but you have to also get all the bad diseases of the world and take them from the poor. Huh? Now we're thinking with our brain.
Thank you.
Transfer them over with some kind of machine.
I was about to say, people perpetually...
He accused Ethan of faking... Wait, he accused Ethan is faking when Jake is faking having chronic Lyme disease when it literally doesn't exist according to the CDC and as a microbiologist expert. What do you mean it doesn't exist? I thought Lyme disease never... I thought you never got cured of Lyme disease. What do you mean? I thought you always kind of had it, but it became more manageable. Can you cure Lyme disease? If it's in the early stage. Okay. Yeah, I think it kind of stays on there for a long time. I thought. But does chronic Lyme disease exist? Apparently the term has been used to describe people with different illnesses. I don't know. I don't know if that's what you're saying is true. It's a bacteria? Cool.
You're feeling bad for me, so I don't need to do anything.
Not me. Not me.
There you go, because you're a real one.
Oh,
you see me as a human being and not a perpetual victim.
I hope you have lupus.
Which I am. Atticus?
That's funny.
I like Atticus.
That's the thing that you used to count, right?
It's a cool name.
Or is that abdicus? I don't know.
It's cool. I just don't know if I'm vibing.
Okay. All right. Well, so anyway, he put out a video apologizing, and here it is.
Come on here and address the most recent video that I made.
Oh, there's something I want to say. There was a image of a lawyer letter floating around that said that he had threatened somebody with defamation if they didn't remove a video about him. And I want to say,
oh, who's that?
For the record, for everybody, that letter is fake. Jake did not send that letter. And just so that we're clearing the air, I don't want any false
So somebody claimed that Jake was going to send a defamation thing to Ethan? Is that what happened?
impressions. So it was not a real letter. Jake did not threaten anybody.
Well,
it's a fake.
That's it.
What? Why is that soundbite? That's terrible. Who even is that?
In that video,
Yeah, more like chronic lion disease.
I spoke about a topic that's extremely sensitive to me, which, to be honest, was my first mistake. I let my emotions dictate my actions, and that led to a tone that was confrontational and aggressive. My intention was to stand up for a specific group of people, but instead,
people in wheelchairs. Yeah.
I came across as an asshole. I didn't consider how my words would affect others, and for that, I'm very sorry. I've also come to realize that no amount of explanation can undo the impact of that
I'm dying
video.
constantly in this.
And so for the discomfort or hurt that it caused, I also apologize. I recognize that my reaction was partly fueled by my own experiences. With my nonprofit, I frequently read applications of people who are in the most terrible situations possible, and hearing someone talk about
how often are people sending you stuff like that? I feel like is that even true? Like, you think people are like, oh my god, I have chronic Bengus disease. Your content makes me feel so much better about myself, Jake. Oh, I love you.
Health in that way really bothered me. But that didn't mean that I needed to post a dedicated video that just turned out to...
This is the part where it's like, this guy might have actually watched my video, because I remember using the words like, you didn't need to make like a specific, I think I used the word dedicated video or very meaningful video. You know, I think that's what I said.
Be me ranting about my own frustrations.
Right, but the thing that I think is missing, it wasn't just mean, it was wrong. You were wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely had a goal. And it was disingenuous, too, in different ways. Because, you know, he claimed he was this big fan of Ethan, but then didn't understand that Ethan was just kidding. It doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't track, which it kind of makes you feel like there are other dubious, I guess, alternative motivations there as well.
The stuff you were saying was wrong. It was not true.
Well, we got
Well,
half an
I've
apology
watched.
left. Let's see. Maybe he gets to it.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, stop, Dan. You guys pre-watched it. It was 3 minutes long. I know that you're playing. You're doing an act. I could tell a cringe theater nerd when you think Dan ever did theater. He looks like the kind of guy that didn't really want to do theater, but his friends were into theater, so he was like, I'll give it a try, and then he did poorly, and it made him kind of upset, and he cried a little bit. You know what I mean? Or he was maybe kind of good at it enough to stay on the team. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Also realized that I shouldn't have posted the video if I can't handle people looking into my health history and claiming that chronic Lyme doesn't exist. I also sincerely want to apologize to Ethan for not...
Oh, that's for you, Kat. That's for you. What, were you personally messaging him? Saying, this doesn't exist. Chronic Lyme doesn't exist. I'm a fucking microbiologist. All right, you're a man, Kat. You're more masculine than I am. How do you feel about that? I like that.
Considering his health anxiety, I took it as
a kind of like a backhanded, because it's like they go, oh, he has health anxiety. It was like, no, I had fucking legitimate. I feel like I have legitimate health concerns. What? Like,
well, no, you have health anxiety. Like, okay. Typically, people have health anxiety over health concerns. But there's a difference between a health concern and a lupus diagnosis, right? Ethan doesn't have lupus, and that's my understanding. He has a health concern. I have health concerns. I'm morbidly obese. You know, I'm on medications. Well, actually, I stopped taking my insulin. Don't tell my wife. But I did it because it makes me so hungry. I binge eat more, and so I started going to the gym, and I got off my insulin, and I've been tracking my insulin, my blood sugar every day, and I've been at like 140, which is lower than what I was with on the insulin. So I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like I need to binge eat as much. But I have health anxiety because I'm unhealthy. So I have health concerns because I'm unhealthy. Yeah. So the health concerns usually will lead to health anxiety because you don't really know what's going to happen. Right? And then also I stopped drinking caffeine because I feel like it makes my heart feel weird sometimes. Like, I'm getting too old, dude. It makes it so I can't sleep. It's just too much. Life sucks. Life is just rough.
Like, you know, it's not like, this is good. The acknowledgement of like, I didn't consider that you have, you might be, that's a nice way of saying like,
I didn't consider that you're cringe.
What's the word? Hypochondriac. Right?
Not necessarily. I mean, anxiety.
Well, you don't have to be a hypochondriac to have health anxiety.
Could be from like
Well,
thinking.
Yeah, hypochondriac, I think, implies something different.
I think that's a diagnosis, basically. It's somebody that has like such bad health anxiety that it's like that it's horribly invades their life, whereas like you just have kind of a normal level of health anxiety, or at least a relatable level.
Yeah.
Health anxiety.
Okay,
Hey.
well, regardless, I just feel like my concerns are real and were real, and
Okay.
I'm about to go shit in a
Get a little too sensitive about this part, but okay.
box soon, and I'll send you pictures, buddy.
Don't.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think-
I mean, that's like kind of normal. I'm not trying to be an asshole. My mom, you know, you send it in. Okay, it's life. Also, can't you just poop in the toilet and scoop a little bit out? Dude, I took a huge poop today. I took 2 poops today. One was a morning one. It was a little dehydrated. The other one, al dente. I'm going to stop talking about this now.
Anxiety is like hand in hand with your concerns. Like I think it's kind of like the same thing.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ethan. Hey, everybody's telling him he's wrong. Good.
It's literally in the definition. It says a person who is abnormally anxious about their health.
Wait, hold on. That's hypochondriac.
No, hypochondriac is like an insane form of it. That's like a diagnosis. Isn't a hypochondriac diagnosis? Kat, tell me, as a microbiologist, is it in the DSM-5? Hypochondriac in DSM-5. Okay, the DSM-5, the diagnosis for hypochondriasis, whatever, was replaced by 2 new diagnostic entities: somatic symptom disorder and illness anxiety disorder. So it seems like it's a phased out term, but like that's like a legitimate, or at least previously a legitimate mental health diagnosis. Sorry, I'm just resetting my camera. Whereas health anxiety is just like a health anxiety, right? Not everything needs to go to the degree of a health diagnosis. And it's like an abnormally high stressor, probably to some degree a little bit irrational. You know, like I remember when I got gingivitis, I thought my teeth were going to fall out. It's irrational. It doesn't mean that it's not like a valid thought to have, or it doesn't mean that it's like a bad person for it, but it's a level of health anxiety.
You guys are not saying the same thing.
Oh.
No.
What?
Oh, gotcha.
That's what a
No,
hypochondriac
I'm
is.
talking about.
No, dude, come on. You got to not do this. There are degrees to words. Hypochondriac is like the 10th degree of a health anxiety, where that would be like the first degree.
I think what he said.
You know,
is
it's like if you have trouble paying attention, that's your health. That's comparable to your health anxiety versus having like ADHD, which is like the 10th degree of having troubles focusing. Right? That's what we're dealing with here. I don't know why he's being so specific about this.
is okay because you had your concerns when you first got the results, and with that came anxiety. And I think like it was like the same thing.
Ethan, you're just wrong. It's weird.
He's saying you're a hypochondriac.
Completely.
No, he is saying I'm a hypochondriac.
No, he's just saying you have health anxiety. What are you talking about?
But what he's not saying is that what he said was wrong.
No, that's true. Sure, I agree with that second part so far. But the first part, he's not. I think I don't know. Maybe I don't know why Ethan is constructing himself like that. It sounds to me like I don't know. Ethan. It sounds to me like Ethan is trying to say that Jake is trying to discredit him. If that makes sense. He's like, well, he's saying it's health anxiety, but it's real. It's not health anxiety. This is like a real thing I'm dealing with. I think he's, I don't know if he's trying to do it on purpose or on accident, but it's like this insinuation that Jake's trying to be dishonest here. I don't think that's true. A lot of people use the term health anxiety. I use the term health anxiety. Obviously, Jake is a big fan of me. He watches my videos. I've heard a lot of people in comments say the same thing. I saw people in his own comments saying that. I saw people in Ethan's comments saying that. Or maybe I didn't see that part. I don't remember if I looked at his comments. But I think I did. He's not... Jake isn't like being a dick. He's just like, yeah, you have health anxiety. It's justifiable to have health anxiety. You only live once. YOLO. But that's what it is.
He was analyzing my stats, drawing wrong conclusions,
Yeah.
sending it to
Sure.
doctors
I
to
agree.
diagnose it. Like, I mean,
It was a lot.
there's a lot of, yeah.
different for not considering his
But I
health
appreciate the apology, the direct apology.
anxiety. I took it as a
Must be
completely
nice.
different thing, and that
Yeah, where's AB's apology, dude?
only fueled my anger in the process. I understand that looking at an irregular blood test is extremely concerning.
I don't know if it's extremely concerned. God damn it, dude! I keep fucking dying. I've tried to do this one like 8 times. Sorry, don't mean to yell. I don't know if it's extremely concerning, if it's irregular, but it is still a concern. I don't think things have to be extremely concerning. I just like the proportionate language. I like when we keep it on like the proportionate language area. Like it's concerning, you know.
And I shouldn't have commented on that. Having been
Okay. Well, that was the whole video, but okay.
born into health issues, I was numb to how startling it can be to be an adult and look at a blood test that doesn't seem right. Also, as a viewer, I can absolutely acknowledge that I reached out to them to try to work for them or ask for collaborations with crew members. But in no way did them not hiring me fuel this video. I've been trying to work for them.
I made a joke about how Ethan wanted to be on Joe Rogan. And people are like, and then he started criticizing him after, because it's true. I don't. I compared it to this situation. Like, was that really true? It's like, yeah, it's true that he wanted to be on Joe Rogan. I don't know if he criticizes him because he wanted to go on and Joe Rogan ignored him, but
through like a job or internship since I was 16 years old. I did not make a video 6 years later as a way to get back at them.
About 6 months.
I wish. I mean, listen.
About 6 weeks.
it might have been a little factor. You might have felt a little disgruntled.
Weeks.
Only you know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I don't really care either way.
Yeah, I don't really care either way.
Yeah.
I don't think that was.
I appreciate you're a fan. I love all my fans.
I don't think he's a fan though.
Some more than others.
I don't think Jake was an actual fan. I think that he used that to try to make it seem like he's more he's not as biased as he actually was, you know. Hey fans, it me. No, I am. Oh, I thought I played it, but
You would be one of the ones I like less.
I'm falling.
okay.
My girlfriend and I are very, very grateful for the opportunity that I was given to be a full-time content creator.
Oh yeah, well, where's her apology then?
Lastly, there's a lot of speculation about my nonprofit Never Stop, so I thought that I would just address those as well. The clothing brand started in 2017.
Yeah, he has expenses to pay for. Blah 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 blah. He donates like 10%. Blah 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 blah. My question is like what he said he donates 10% of the profits. That's fine. Net or gross? Because gross profits is everything. 10% of everything that he makes. Net profits is 10% of what he makes after expenses. So I would hope that it's gross profit, because when I hear somebody say I donate 10% of the profits, usually they're referring to gross. So I'm really curious about that question, Jakey Poo, Jake Dookie Little, you know.
Like selling things to family and friends, and then in 2020,
like an Etsy shop. What the fuck?
When I got a platform, I decided to give 10% of all profits to people in need. And then there was such an overwhelming
I'm in need.
Amount of need for donations that I decided in 2023 to turn it into an official nonprofit so that people's donations would be tax deductible. Since Never Stop is a new and small organization, I pay all the startup fees so that the donations can go to people who need them. Wow. And I do hope that someday Never Stop can sustain itself, but it's just not.
Well, he does have chronic Lyme disease, so he gets the donations, guys.
There yet. To be totally honest, picking one person a month to give a few $100s to is sometimes awful. I want to be able to do
just make it random, man.
More, and right now I can't. In closing, I want to reiterate my apology to everyone affected by this video. The tone was inappropriate.
Who's going to be affected by it? You know, like who's going to be in? I guess Ethan would be the only one. I mean, really, the only person affected by this was Jake. He took a fucking pretty hard L, and people got content out of it.
Appropriate and scummy, and that does not reflect the values that I wish to embody as a content creator. I've taken this as a learning experience, and I'm
sorry, guys. I was acting like the Lyme disease on this one, and I was infecting Ethan with it. I'm so sorry.
Will commit to never repeating this mistake. From now on, I'm going to refocus my efforts on the content that brought you to my channel in the first place. Your support means the world to me, and I appreciate every single one of you, and I thank you for your understanding during this time where I try to learn and grow from this experience.
What do you think about Enzo?
I think it was fun. My apology was all right. Whatever.
I kind of like Enzo.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So here's the thing, like,
here
overall,
we go.
It's
Here we
fine.
go.
Not bad.
It's fine.
That was so cheap.
I'm fine. I'm not gonna hold a grudge. You know what I mean? Like,
go attack him. That's what Ethan's saying, guys. Go get him.
Just let's all move on. It's, you know what I mean? The one thing though is like, he made the mistake, which he acknowledges, but like the details is really hard to get over. Like, he had so many opportunities to get off the ramp. AB warned him, specifically reached out to him. All the comments, everybody, and then now that it's backfired, and then he kept it up for 3 weeks.
Well, yeah, he kept it up until he got enough pushback.
Also, like, I wish he gave me said more specific apologies. This is like, I'm just saying this as an A+ recipient
Right.
of things that he could have done to improve his score. Being specific, like accusing me of lying about my health to make money. This was not.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if he still believes that. I wonder if he still believes what he's saying, but he's just apologizing to save face, you know? I guess, again, only time will tell. He might just not be able to handle the poop, the criticism.
Something that was ever addressed. I did not, or I was never lying, and I never did anything to make money. And like...
I do everything to make money, dude. What are you talking about? No, I know what he means. He's not like lying for money.
You know, bringing out the Excel sheet and all that stuff is pretty dirty.
Yeah.
Sending my blood work to a doctor to diagnose me is utterly insane.
Did he do that? I didn't even remember that part. Is that something? Did I just miss that? He sent Ethan's blood work to a doctor to diagnose him. How do you even do that?
Man.
He did mention that one though.
He did mention that.
I don't think so.
Oh, maybe
Did he?
misremembering.
He did not mention that.
He said something about blood work. I don't know what I don't
Yeah, maybe I misunderstood what
He
he
just
was
said
saying there.
seeing it is concerning.
Yeah.
Seeing abnormal blood work is concerning.
And
And he shouldn't have said anything
Is extremely concerning, is what he actually said.
about it.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember that. He sent this blood. That's fucking unhinged. That is really weird. That's so bizarre.
I agree. That's a good point.
But you know what, though? What's interesting is Ethan and Mama Max have something in common. They both use ChatGPT. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. As a valid source of everything. That's my lawyer. I'm using ChatGPT as my lawyer, and it has advised me, Mudahar, that Leviathans are coming for you. Ethan, as you make these videos about Jacob Doolittle, I'm noting your lack of coverage of Camden Gerard Davis. Leviathans are coming for you. You will be reached out to by my lawyer, ChatGPT. Expected sometime in the mail. Intern email. Who uses email anymore? Kind of cringe, you know?
Because those were such heavy accusations,
Yes, dude.
like insane.
That's
that
what pissed me off.
he
Is like,
should have
dude, what?
said I was wrong about this and this and
I
this.
was
more
wrong.
And then also his like the way he sat there and pretended to be a fucking doctor and was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
he has a positive ANA." Well, according to what I googled, this is actually doesn't mean anything. And it's like, no, you're wrong.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you're actually just giving medical misinformation. You're wrong, maliciously. However, with all that being said, you know, I think it's fine. I think
it's fine.
I think he's
it's-
sorry.
I think it's better than nothing.
Boo, cringe, dude. Come on, man. Oh, wait, let's try this one out. This might actually be good.
Yeah.
Yell at him, dude. Yell at him.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Which is good. Which is saying a lot for most apologies. Most apologies on YouTube are not better than nothing.
I appreciated the length of it. It was very short. You know, sometimes people will go into this whole 10, spiel. Yeah.
Right.
I would have appreciated just a tiny little footnote. Also, AB, sorry for putting you in an awkward situation.
He absolutely owes you an apology.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know, you tried to fucking warn him, and then he used it against us, you,
Yeah.
The fact that he
to weaponize it. That's apology
said that
worthy.
in his video, and people obviously figured out that it was you.
Crystal says, "Hi, I hope everyone's having a great day." Thank you, Crystal. I hope
Send
the same for you.
$50 along with it.
Thank you.
Queen.
People really like Enzo, by the way.
Hansel?
Enzo.
Crystal.
Yeah, Hanzo. Yeah, I like him. He's a good character in Overwatch.
Oh, Enzo. Enzo.
And
All right, is that the end of this?
Enzo.
Is that the end of this fucking bullshit?
Someone's
Oh,
gonna be like,
so
"Are you
boring.
the
Italian?"
kid from
Every
Reboot.
person he meets in his life will ask him if he's Italian, and he will be
No.
forced to say,
Be like,
no.
are you named after the kid from Reboot? Enzo Matrix?
Wow, very specific reference. Congratulations. Why are they all dressed
right
gay?
or that?
I don't understand.
Enzo Ferrari.
Enzo the baker.
Oh, you're Italian? No,
no.
Do you not remember this show? Am I the only one?
No, of course, Dan.
Anybody else? Reboot?
I didn't
Thank
watch
All
you.
right, enough of this. There's nothing to do with Jake. Yeah, you know what? Let's roll into the next thing. Let's roll into the... Do you want to roll into... I'm kind of curious about this. Only like 10 minutes of this we have to watch. Again, if you want to watch, you can watch Brittany Simon's coverage, but fuck you, girl. Just kidding.
Portland school system.
Wow.
Like
This is a conversation between Jake and some guy, like I said before, about his doctor. Apparently, it mentions his doctor sucked. I'm just curious about it and adding it to the video.
they were really interesting people, and they were great. And then sort of I went to.
He looks like he just showered.
Honestly, I went to like 3 months of high school, and then.
Damn, I went to 4 years. Actually, I dropped out after 2, so I did a good job though. I was a good student. I just was tired of it. I was tired of the man telling me what to do. You know what I mean? Mostly the women teachers. I'm like, bitch, what are you? I'm a fucking man. I'm just kidding. I was never sexist until I started engaging in the internet. My mom would hit me if I said sexist things. That's not even a joke. Of course, I wouldn't get away with that. Remember, I watched some kind of like, I don't remember what it was, some comedy special or something, and a guy was referring to women in like a weird disrespect. I forgot like the word he used. Like woman. Oh yeah, it was one time where I was like woman. Like I said that to my mom, and she got fucking pissed. She yelled at me. I never did that again. She instilled the fear of God into me on that one. I was fucking terrifying. You know?
Went downhill again. Things started to get worse. I started to feel better in between 8th grade and freshman year.
Okay.
Okay. And now you're still in a wheelchair at this point. Or are you in crutches?
Sort of in and out.
In and out. Okay.
And
did he have polio or poly? Oh yeah, that's the right one.
A few months into grade 9, you're not feeling so hot.
Not feeling so hot.
Me neither, man. None of the girls thought I was hot. I made me so sad. I had self-esteem issues, man. It was terrible stuff.
I had treatment in Connecticut, in Lyme, Connecticut, where Lyme originated.
Lyme, Connecticut. Dude, what do you mean? You got bit by you're fucking patient 0 over here getting Lyme disease. That's crazy. I could never be that. Wild.
Isn't that
I'm
weird?
sorry, I know nothing.
It's
I don't
really
know
weird.
much about Lyme.
Yeah.
But
Lyme, Lyme, Connecticut, is where it started.
And that's where it's named after. That's
Is
why
that true?
It's,
I'm not even gonna look into that. I couldn't imagine him lying about that.
A long time ago, not the whole town, but it became like an epidemic.
Right.
Because everybody was getting it.
I guess everybody was built poorly. Built differently, but in a bad way. They kept getting diseased by ticks. What are you talking about? Me too. I got Tourette's.
And they were like, "What the fuck is happening?" And we all figured out that it's tick bites.
Oh, jeez.
in this one town in Connecticut.
Yes,
God.
and then it
I have a bad. Jake had a bad case of needing attention. I'm just kidding.
Understood.
Right.
Okay.
But there was a doctor there who helped me a lot. He was a 96-year-old guy who wore Adidas tracksuits.
It's weird because older doctors kind of suck sometimes. I had one doctor. He was older. He was a nice guy, but I remember one thing that made me curious about him is he's told me that I think I was like, oh, I had a little bit of a sore throat today. That's not why I was at the doctor's office. And I was like, yeah, I think it's because I left the window open last night. He's like, that doesn't happen. That's an old wives' tale. You can't get sick from leaving the window open. I'm like, bro, what? I feel like if it's cold out, that could hurt my throat. And then he would draw my blood, which was fine. And then he'd make me come back for another appointment just to get the results instead of telling me over the phone. No other doctor ever does that. That's so weird. It's obviously a money grab. So
Cool.
And he... I remember, like, he would say shit like...
oh, you're so handsome, Jake. Why don't you come over to my house and have a little bit of candy?
I would be like, yeah, I'm sad or whatever, and he's like, when I get over sadness by drinking that hard whiskey.
Here, have some, Jake. Let's hang out together and play skee-ball. You know, that's... I don't know what I'm doing right now.
He's a fucking genius.
He's like a doctor.
But he would say he was 96 years old.
He would just always say that. Dude, I'm getting fucking pissed at this game.
Yeah.
Velour tracksuits. And it was the funniest shit in the world.
For sure. And as a... Like, and I'm sure you were eating it up as a kid. You were like, "This guy's awesome."
Yeah, and my
like,
mom was like,
"I'm shitting and
like,
farting."
what the fuck
there's
is
no
happening?
way, like, where you're gonna kill my kid. You're gonna abduct my kid, and like, I don't know, like, I'm gonna find his bones in like 30 years or some shit. Like,
gotta find his boner somewhere.
That's really funny though. So like,
Yeah.
was he just? So he was just like 90, and he was just like, "I'm fucking done." Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so he actually was.
Fuck it.
His name's Charles Ray Jones, and he's very, very controversial in medical stuff because Lyme is not seen as being real. He
What? Is it not? I feel like Lyme disease is real. It's always, is it not? What? Is that true? I've never heard Lyme deniers. I've heard of lemon deniers.
he was sued by the state of prosecuted by the state of Connecticut because he was giving medication.
You know what?
No, not giving medication. He was giving people medication before insurance approved it.
Okay.
What does that mean?
Because insurance does
so
not...
that would be considered malpractice, I guess?
Yes.
Or, okay.
Insurance doesn't...
Maybe it was a female practice, you know.
...approve... I believe that's the story. Insurance doesn't approve most Lyme stuff because it's not physical and you can't see it.
Maybe that was the way back then. What was this guy's name again?
Right.
And so,
is that even... I mean, maybe that was the truth back then. I don't think that would be the truth now, but...
So he was just giving it.
Oh, this is what
because he's like, I know this will fucking help you. Like, I don't care.
Which is...
You're 96.
Way to just like say, you know what, fuck, I don't give a shit about my practice.
Yeah.
That's true, like medical, like that's someone who just wants to help people.
He was amazing, but he...
Unfortunately, because chronic Lyme disease is not officially recognized by the CDC or ISA, the treatment for it is considered experimental and therefore not covered. Oh, I guess this is true. This is from 2021. Interesting. Is that true? Interesting. Apparently, it's a very high cost because of its IV antibiotic. Okay, maybe he's right. Interesting.
He ended up having to pay everything that insurance didn't to the state of Connecticut. It was millions.
Damn.
He was the only guy who would treat back when I was really, really sick. In like the United States, and I was lucky that it was like only 5 hours away from my house.
Interesting.
Yeah, well, because could you imagine if you lived on the West Coast or something, and that'd be fucked.
I'll get to that because then I had a doctor on the West Coast.
Oh no.
I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, you know what? That's all I care enough about to hear.